All right, all right, all right. Today supposed to be Mr. Dwight, but we're giving him a break today, so I'll be hosting his part of the segment today. So if you would just share, set your notification. If you enjoy our show today, please go ahead and like and comment. We really truly appreciate it. Make sure you tune in next Saturday as the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We'll come back speaking on Mama's Baby, Girlfriend Maybe. I wonder what that's going to be really like. And also, do not forget, we have October Domestic Violence Month coming up. So we do have 2 slots open for it to be fulfilled in order to share your story on abuse and help it break the chain in somebody else's life. So contact me or Dwight and we can get you in. Now, Mr. DJ Mack, he will be joining us today. He's running just a little bit late. We got also another special guest, but let's go ahead and bring in our guest that we had on yesterday. He is our 2024 Powerful Poet of the Year, Mr. Deadsman.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, this feels weird. It's just gonna be me and you for right now. So we just wait for the other ones to come in. And it had to happen on the day that I decided to give him a break.
All righty.
It's okay. We really enjoyed you yesterday. Y'all did such a fabulous job. I mean, the views were so high. I mean, so y'all really brought it. Y'all was so proud of y'all.
My good, thank you. I'm just glad to be a part of this. Y'all got something special here. I'm just happy I can be a part of it.
Yeah. So today we're going to be speaking on, because you do have some women that when you leave a relationship, they kind of get bitter. They kind of, well, we don't say kind of, they become controlling. So, in your opinion, or your experience in leaving a relationship or losing out on a relationship when there's kids involved, what do you think is why the mother decides to use the children against the father?
Well, just my own personal opinion. I think sometimes they may use the children against the father because they're still holding some type of resentment towards the father of the children for not being with them. And I've seen several videos. There's one that comes to my mind is the father always wants to take care of the child, but the mother she wants to be the one that's in control of how he takes care of her. For example, one of the examples was it was her birthday, and he gave her $400, and then gave her a birthday gift, and the mother was upset with him because he didn't put her name on it to where it would be from both of them.
Mm.
Little petty stuff like that. But a lot of times, like I said, I think it's that they still hold some type of resentment towards the man. And even sometimes, I mean, it's not just always the women. Sometimes it's the men that do the same thing. Hold
Yeah.
resentment that she's not with him. Hence that's when you have the situations with the new man, and there comes a problem there. The father then tries to be more controlling. I don't want my kids around nobody, and that I think a lot of it has to do with resentment, or just some, like you said, pent up frustration that the mother or the father may have towards each other for not being with them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And, I mean, it's sad because it's like when you leave a relationship, you should maybe leave, without any hard feelings, any backlashes. But when you have a child involved, it's like a lot of women and men do not look at it. It's not no longer. It's not about you. It's about that child.
Right, right.
And that's part of proper parenting skills is when you could portray the right example before your children. But when you sit there and right before the kids, you displaying a certain action of hard feelings, jealousy, or anger. You know, the thing
Hmm.
is that what are you teaching your children?
Because what they're going to do is they're going to grow up and they're going to emulate those same behaviors.
Exactly.
And it turns into a everlasting cycle. You know how they say somebody's got to break the cycle. But at the same time, I think that sometimes even as parents, we don't realize how we are affecting our children when we act the
Exactly.
way that we act, because like I said, they are children are sponges. So all
Mhm.
they're going to do is absorb the things that they see, and they're going to emulate those things. They're going to portray those same type of behaviors once they become of age, if they don't learn any better you know so sometimes I think that, and I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm a perfect parent. I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
if some of my kids was to call in, they got some stories for you. So, but some things that I had to learn, that were not taught to me, because parenting doesn't come with a handbook.
No, it doesn't.
There is no how to be a parent guidebook. So we all learn along the way. I just think sometimes we just need to try to figure out what it is that we're trying to teach our children, especially
Eh,
when it comes to behaviors toward, others.
yeah, and I have to agree with you on that because we don't realize that. Okay, one, if you let that man go, okay, you're angry because he cheated on you. You angry because some of the things he probably did that was wrong.
Hmm.
And the thing about it is, you let the relationship go. But when you
Right.
let the relationship go, a lot of women don't understand. You know that child's relationship is separate from your relationship with him. He might
Right.
be one way in relationship, but he's another way with his children. But at the same time, the way I looked at it, because I have two separate fathers. And the one thing I've always done, no matter how they treated me, no matter, what went on in our past, that was between me and them. It had nothing to do with our children.
Hmm.
But I never badmouthed his name to them. And they will tell you this for themselves. But what was important to me was that I didn't want them to come back and be angry at me for something I kept them from, which is a relationship with their dad.
Right. And my mom was the same way, because my mom, she would, oh, you want to go stay with your daddy? Go.
Mhm. Yeah.
you know, and it was, and he didn't have to pay for it or nothing. Like I said, she willingly go be with your daddy. Go be with
Mhm.
your daddy. That's one thing I will say my mother did. She may have talked, had her little moments or whatnot, but I've also seen after my parents got divorced, I still seen how my dad in his own little way would still try to take care of not only us, but take care of her as well.
Oh, okay.
Because there's been situations where I've been woke up in the middle of the night. One that comes to mind was one of my mother's boyfriends had put his hands on her,
Mm.
and I got woke up to my dad coming in the house. I'm like, what are you doing here? You ain't supposed to be here. And he's like, just going back in the room.
Mhm.
So it is about how the relationship that you want to have your children to have with your parents, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I don't believe that no man, or even woman for that matter, should have to pay to get to receive visitation of their
No,
children.
they weren't. Well, yeah, they was financially helping and providing for the children when they was together. That
Right.
shouldn't have to stop. But my thing is, if she's taking the money for her own benefit, like, okay, some might already be paying child support. If you already getting
Hmm.
child support, and this is just my opinion, because even though one was on child support and the other one wasn't, both of them should have been. But my thing was is that, for one, as a woman, it wasn't about what he was doing. I took my focus on what he was doing and what he wasn't doing.
Right.
My because my kids are watching me, so it was more or less like I need to set the example as, even though the other one ain't doing, I got to get out there as a woman and do my part.
Right. And I mean, and
So,
that's how it is, because I mean, even though I mean it takes two to tango, but
mhm,
still, and sometimes I hear a lot of, oh, I'm a mother. It's hard being a mother. I have to take care of. Well, I mean,
it's
that's
hard being a father too now
yeah,
these days.
because like I said, I'm not the perfect parent, and I wasn't always there for my children the way that I
Mhm,
should have been. But at the same time, I would not deny them. And their mother never, ever denied them any type of relationship with me. So, I can't say that I've had bad experiences with that, because the mother of my children, my ex-wife, she was big on, hey, these yours too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gonna do this together. Even though we not together, we look, hey, I need you to do this. You know, so I can't say that I lucked up. Because
Yes, yes. But I don't know. In my eyes, and through the years as being a mother, I try to be a different woman than the next woman is because I feel like it was unfair, especially when you do have fathers out there that do want to invest their life and their time into their children versus
right.
the one that don't. And
Hmm.
I have more respect for the men that are trying to fight to be in their children's life, that is fighting to make sure the kids have. But then I've also seen cases where men be like, you know what, at the end of the day, that is the mother of my child. If she's bad, they bad off. So if she needs help, I'm gonna help her because if I don't help her, then my kids are gonna fail. But
Right.
every man they don't think like that.
Well,
But
I
you
mean,
do have some out there that do.
that's just the way that's the law of the land in my own personal opinion. Because now the problem that I do have is sometimes when you have the father that, like you said, is doing what he's supposed to do, but
Mhm.
the mother is misappropriating the funds.
Exactly.
She's using them to buy her clothes, to get her hair done, get her nails
Mhm.
done. And I have no issue with a woman taking care of herself. That's not the issue at all. It's when you begin to take away from your children to do that, that it becomes an
Exactly.
issue. You know, and I can understand how some dads can get mad, you know, pay their child support, and on top of that, do other things. But the kid is coming back and saying, well, daddy, can I get this? Can I get this? And the daddy is like, well, didn't I just give you XYZ? Yeah, but I had mama needed some help with something, so I had to give her some money. It's like, whoa, 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 hold up.
Mhm.
That money was for you. That wasn't for your mom, you know
Exactly.
and that's when it becomes a problem, when, like I said, when the woman, and sometimes, because there are some women that are paying child support as well, when
Yes.
or when the mother or the father are misappropriating the funds and not using them on the child, and that puts the child in a bad position. So
Mhm.
that becomes a serious issue over time. So it's my where is the money going? Where is the money
Exactly.
going? I understand you have bills to pay. You got gas, lights, water, and luxuries like internet, cell phone bills, and things of that nature. But at the same time, this child support, even though my child is living in that house,
Mhm.
I don't think that you should use that child support to pay those bills. You should take that child support and spend it on the child, get the things that the child needs.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have this child, you would still have to pay your own gas, lights,
Mhm.
water, and all of those other things. So why would you take that money and say, well, your child is living here, so that's why I use that money for this bill or that bill?
Yeah,
That
see, I don't
that's the
know
part I don't
how it
get.
is in your state, but I know here in Texas, when I went to court, because I always sacrifice for my kids. No, if I had to sleep on the floor and make sure they had a bed, that's what I did. But I know it was like they had three mothers standing in front of the three fathers, and this is why I'm in court. And it's a shock because it's like all three of the fathers was just like, well, we're no, one of them said, well, we're no longer together, so I shouldn't have to pay nothing. So I guess he felt like my ex-husband did, to where they feel like, okay, now that we're divorced, you divorced from the kids too. Wrong answer, bruh. you
No, that's
know.
not how that
But
goes.
only one of the fathers didn't agree with that. But like the judge, my ex-husband was like, well, I need to see receipts. Now, mind you, he was like $50,000 already in the hole. Okay.
Ooh.
So my thing was, and then I had those erased to try to let him show the example that he was trying to do right by his kids, and he got right back up there. But going back to what I was getting at, when we stood there, he was like, "Well, I need to see proof that she's taking a child support and putting it on where she wants." First of all, I had nubs. I had my natural hair, so you can't look at me and say, "Oh, her hair and nails and the clothes." My kids dress better than I did. Okay, but the judge broke it down to him. Say, look, I don't know where you from. He's all, I'm from Louisiana. She said, well, let me tell you how Texas go. She says, if that child's in that home, she said that child support could go on utilities, it could go on food, it could go on water, it could go on transportation. She said, because you know why? Because that child's underneath that roof.
Okay.
He or she is using their utilities, they're using the shelter, they're using it. So Texas judges are totally different. When they say the child support, it's supposed to, contribute to taking care of the children. But at the same time, I worked. So when I started working for the post office, it came to the point to where I was like, when the bills were paid, when it came out of my kids, every mother don't do this. And my kids will tell you, I show them the bills. This is how these bills are being paid. But I did make sure we had anything left over. I gave them a portion of the child support, but they knew what they got and how much they was getting. Because in my perspective, and every parent is different. When my kids have money, that's their money, not mine.
Right.
You understand? So even if mama have to borrow it, mama pays it back. And that's the way it's been. But you got mothers that don't think that way. But like I said, I didn't solely depend on no child support. My mind frame was like, okay, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But I have to do what I had to do as a woman and a mother to make sure my kids don't go without, only because he won't do it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that, because I can say that I do believe that I was honestly blessed, because all of the women in my family, and even the women that I have encountered, I have seen and witnessed them sacrifice so that they could make sure that their children did have, even if they had to go without. So I understand that 1000%, and in Texas, as you say, I get it. They stay in this house. They staying in that house. They using that water. They using that electricity. So I get it. But my whole thing about that is when the parent begins to depend on that child support to pay that
that's
bill.
a different side of the river.
So you should
Especially
not
if she ain't got no disabilities and she just laying around the house and she just solely depending on that. Or, cause that's where I don't have a respect for you as a female, not a woman, but a female, or a mom. Because my thing is, when you going around here, your hair and nails, because mine are natural. I don't like fake nails. So when you go around and your nails are done, your hair is done, your full face done, you got nice clothes. I don't care if they do come from Temu, but your kids around here with high waters, faded, and clothing like that. But you had to know to ask the dad for some money? For what?
Something ain't right with that picture. Maybe you need to take back some of that Gucci, some of that Louis.
Exactly. So what we're going to do, we're going to come right back. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with this right here.
What's up, man? Can I please see my kid?
You got $1,000?
$1,000, really?
Yeah.
I ain't got $1,000. I've been paying bills.
I don't care about your bills. All right, you got 300?
So you gonna really charge me to see my kid?
Yeah. Because shoot, I've got bills and stuff to pay. I gotta take care of him. 300.
All right, if I give you the $300, how long can I keep him?
An hour and a half, maybe.
Only an hour and a half?
Yeah.
All right, so
like, it's taking or leave it.
All right, I bet. Where you want to meet at then?
On like 60th and Capitol.
All right, I'll meet you there, all right?
Just be sure to have that money. You got cash app?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I pay you. I just want to see my son.
All right, yeah, have that money.
All right. Proof.
Make sure you tune in next week as we will return next Saturday as we talk on the subject of mamas, baby, girlfriends, maybe. It will not be on the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We actually are bringing the queens back to the screen. So it will be grown women of vibes and views. So make sure y'all tune in. And also, next Friday, our handsome men of Grown Men Talking Incorporated will be back. Husband's Betrayed Dream. Boy, I can't wait to see how they're going to bring it. If they bring it the way they did yesterday, oh, it's going to be fire. So make sure y'all set those notifications. Wow, that was deep. And now we're going to also, we have a special guest that's coming in. She's coming in all the way from Austin, Miss Nura.
No, I'm in San Antonio. Hi.
Oh, San Antonio. Oh, baby, San Antonio. Okay.
Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. It was hard getting in, but I'm here.
Okay. Now we're talking on a topic of where women are demanding the man to pay them personally in order for them to see their child. What is, before we talk about the little clip we just seen, what is your opinion about that as a woman?
I don't agree with it.
And how do you think that he probably could solve the situation at hand?
First of all, when child support is enforced by the government, the local government, there's laws to protect the father as well, and it pertains to visitation and other things like that. So if a woman is holding her child hostage for ransom, he can simply just fight that with contacting the Attorney General's office. Or if he has the funds, he can get a lawyer and have everything even go faster. But the Attorney General's office, that's their job, to make sure everybody's playing fair.
I love the way you put that. And if you look at it, it doesn't seem like that. You holding my child hostage for ransom. What do you think about how she put that, Des?
She took the words out of my mouth because that's exactly it. In this particular scenario, that's exactly what this mother is doing. Anytime you need $1,000, I need $1,000 to I got bills to pay. And then when she says
She
I don't
settled for
care about your
300.
bills, so did she really need the money? If how you go from 1,000 to 3? Now
She
that
must
now
have
that's
really
just.
needed it bad.
But according see now I'm trying to make sure that I word this properly because that video I don't know where you find these videos. I know where you find these videos because there is no way I could not fathom or I could not even picture my ex-wife or my ex-wife doing something like this because that's just not her. I don't know what it is about this particular breed of woman. Who was she raised by? Now, my question is, see, this kind of takes me back to what I was saying earlier. Is this how her mother treated her father?
Mm.
And all she is doing is just revisiting those same type of behaviors, thinking that is the proper way to do things. Because this gentleman in this video, he has no choice. He has to take that woman to court and get legal custody of like some type of shared custody. He has to take her to court. That's not them trying to work it out like that. This is not going to work for them in this scenario. He has no
And
choice.
right now, we're going to go ahead and welcome in the one and only Mr. DJ Mac.
Perfect timing.
Yo.
Brother Mac, perfect time.
I've been having technical difficulties, so that's why I'm a little late. But I just saw them. I've been watching while I've been hooking up. Hey, listen here. What's wrong with that lady?
See?
I knew it. He popped in at the right time.
What was that musty back here for thinking? Talking about I got to give you $1,000 to see my baby.
Yes, $1,000. But see, remember, she settled for 300.
300.
Then that means she didn't need nothing.
I didn't see the video, so was he not paying child support at all?
Well, it didn't say whether he was paying child support or not. He was practically just coming to pick up his son to take him. I think it was fishing or something. But he was coming to spend time with his son, and she was like the guard, the Russian guard at the gate, and she was like, "Where's the money?"
Yeah. Okay.
You
But I
know,
mean, that's just wrong on so many levels, on so many
yeah,
levels.
because you have fathers out here that refuses to spend any time with their children, or
Yeah.
they put their girlfriend before their children when
Yep.
they don't want to be
I went
bothered with
through
their children.
that.
But now here you got a man that
Hmm.
wants, and I'm telling you, there are times we need a break. So what are you
Yeah.
talking about? You
That,
know,
Yeah.
but
I
you
just I
got a
don't
man that
understand
wants
how.
time with his children.
That's why I encourage men to pay child support through the court system, because then if she's not doing something she's supposed to do, he can get the law to enforce it. But if he paying out of pocket, he's on his own.
Exactly, because see, like even like I said, each state is different, but here in Texas, not even with receipts, even with receipts, it's still not gonna hold up in court. They call it a gift. And we got a caller coming in. The Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Who am I having the pleasure to speak with? Hello. Okay, if you can hear me, please give a call back. We cannot hear you. We gotta make sure that there we go. The Unspoken Hour Discussion Hour, man. Help you.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, baby. Go ahead. What you have for
Okay.
us today?
So what I was going to tell y'all, yes, he was paying child support. If you pay attention very closely, he did say, "I pay child support every month. So why you need money
Okay.
from me now?" That's what the child support's for.
Mm,
So he pays the child support. She just want more money.
Okay.
yeah, because
And
also
then,
you could get
yes,
arrested for that
I
too.
am. Yeah, and then I am the author behind finding these videos.
Good job.
Woo!
Oh,
She
he the
sure
big
found
fool
money.
then.
Yeah, because it seemed
Yeah,
like she just
he's doing
extorting
what
him.
he's supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Illegal is
She's just being greedy.
she was punking him. That's what's going on. She's punking him,
There you go.
and
Yeah,
he's
There
because
being
you
a
she's
go.
punk.
seeing him
I'm
winning into
sorry, I
his
gotta say,
son.
I mean, and then you got to go and look at how was their relationship when they were together. If she was
Mm,
always dragging him around like a rag doll, like a puppet, and he did everything she said, and now he
mhm.
wants to stop.
That look,
It's
you
a
hit
whole
the
lot
Yeah,
of
nail on the head.
background to that.
That's I bet you that I guarantee you that's exactly how their relationship went. She was all
I can
me,
tell
me,
you one
me.
thing.
I need, I need.
I can
look,
guarantee you, she started off as a gold digger and she left like a gold digger.
But
Hmm.
not just that. To me, she seemed like she's a very controlling woman too.
Oh yeah, well definitely. But isn't that what gold diggers are? I'm just saying.
Lord
Hey,
have mercy.
if it's a duck, you better call it a duck.
All right, we hear about some monetary good stuff here, y'all. We headed on back.
Okay.
Bye.
Wow. Wow. So even though he's paying child support, he still demanded more money in order to spend time with their child.
And then
So
playing the devil's advocate, we don't know what she need the money for. So she might actually need that money for something for the child, but she's going about it wrong.
yeah,
But
but the
she never
way
once she
and I
never
know the
once
way.
said, I need this money for your child for
man,
this. She
Mm-mm.
said, I need. I,
Okay, and
I.
see, my thing is that
I'm
you
not,
just
I'm
listen to
sorry.
her tone, like the way her tone is, you can kind of tell that she's being spiteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been real spiteful. Like you want to see him? I need $1,000. What do you need $1,000 for? And he's already paying
Cause he
bills on top of paying
gonna
child
give it
support.
to her, and she, because she know he gonna get her some money, and she know that he weak. That's why she doing him like that. I'm sorry. Let's call
Or
a duck, bro. You
maybe
just
she
said
did
it
it
look like a duck,
before
act like
and
a
he
duck.
fell for it.
She probably been doing it the whole time.
Yeah, right.
But what can you do as a man? She's got the child. If
He
you don't
gonna have
pay
to-
her, she ain't gonna release the child. So
He gonna
he's
have
not
to
gonna be
take
able
her
to
to
Grow,
court.
grow a set, and take her
He's
to
gonna have to
court.
pay that money.
Yeah, because I mean, you
You
call
got
a
to
police
grow a
officer
set
because I
first.
know how it goes. You call a police officer, they can make a report. They can make a report, and then you're gonna have to go back to court in
But
order
think of
to
how much
enforce what she's
time he
doing.
gonna lose doing all of that.
Exactly. So she knows this. So
Yeah,
that's why
but
she's playing this game. Because at the end of the day, you still ain't got that child to spend for that day. What if he would have had made reservations for something? That's money that he didn't lost out on. He prepaid for something
Yeah.
because she want to
listen,
play games over money.
listen. He still can't see the baby for nothing but an hour and a half because she punking him.
An
Okay.
hour and a half.
That's what she
Okay,
said
so
on the video. An
No,
hour and a half.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. An hour and
The
a half.
Unspoken Heart discussion hour.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
Welcome.
say this. I've been listening to y'all, and I know sometimes it's about the money, but it's not always about the money.
Okay, so what
I'm
is
gonna
it
tell you
about?
why. I had a baby. I was in that situation, but she didn't want no money. She wanted something else.
Okay.
But see, this woman didn't ask for that. She didn't ask for the pickle. She asked for money for him to spend time with his son.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what my ask for. If I wanted to see my child, I have to give up some good.
Yeah, I've seen that situation before. Not your situation, but I've seen
I'm
another man that had to go through
sorry,
that.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have put.
ridiculous. If you want to see your child, you got to come over here and you know what you got to do. I said, you out your damn mind. I'm already giving money. I got to give that up too. I'm not doing that. Hell no.
Hey.
I'll take your ass to court for that, sir. Now I'm paying child support. She won't be good.
And that reminds me of this one guy. He was like, I paid for those breast implants. I should have rights to it, even though we're not together. I should have visitation. So I'm serious. This was something real.
I've seen that. I've seen that video.
Yes, he felt like, look, I paid for those implants, so I should have visitation rights.
And I agree with him. He should.
No, he should not.
Yeah, he should. He paid money for those breakfasts. He should be able to see his child.
It's a gift.
Okay, well, you need to get that gift back then.
Okay, so you buy your wife a dining room table.
Get back on that table and let that doctor take him out.
Excuse me? What happened? What happened with the dining room table? I missed that part. Hold on.
I'm just saying, it's like any other thing.
Thank you, Dwight,
if you
for calling
split up
in.
with somebody, you split what belongs to the other person between yourselves or whatever. So if there's any other thing, you want visitation for that other thing too. If
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In situations,
you're no longer together. That doesn't belong to you no more.
Right? You gave that up. That's a gift now. Leave it alone.
in situations
for cooking. Well,
such.
hey, I don't owe you that no more.
Right.
Get the woman that you with to cook for you now.
You don't even get a ring back.
In situations as such. See, and that's why you make up our own ring.
And on that note, we're going to our second break. We'll be back with DJ Mac in the
It's your baby daddy. What's good?
What's that?
Trying to pick up my son. We got some plans today. We trying to go camping and kick it. I tried calling you, weren't answering the phone, so I'm trying to see if I can pick him up. I want to spend time with him this weekend.
You gonna have to pay me for that one.
Pay you?
Yeah.
You bullshitting.
I'm dead ass.
I already paid you child support. What you mean pay you?
And you're gonna need another $500 today if you want to spend time with him.
$500 just to spend time with my son.
$5 buckaroos.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Go get my son. We gotta go camping.
You must ain't hear what the fuck I said. I said I want $500. Right motherfucking now.
Are you serious?
Dead ass.
You know what?
You want to kick it with him? You want to spend time with him?
Oh my God, bro.
Popping up and shit.
Are you serious?
Pop 5 in my hand.
Huh, there was 600. Can you get my fucking son so we can spend time together and go on this fucking camping trip? God damn, man.
Come on.
Can't believe you, dog.
Your daddy ready. Boom. Hold on. Because I don't want you taking nothing. He act like he can't return.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, man. You ready to go camping?
Yeah.
These his clothes?
That's his clothes.
Yeah, you gonna charge me for this too? Come
You
on,
know
man.
what?
It don't even matter. Come on.
You already gave it to me. And if you late, I want an extra $250.
Whatever.
Wow. Make sure y'all tune in next Friday as our Handsome Men or Grown Men Talking Incorporated comes to you. Husband's Betrayed Dream. And then also next Saturday, the Queens will return to the screen to bring you mama's baby, girlfriends, maybe. Man, that sounds like that's going to be something hot. Yes, 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 yes. Now, that is something else. Now, I'm gonna go to Dez first, and then we're gonna go to Mr. Mac. I think Miss Nora lost connection, so hopefully she'll be back with us. But what is your thoughts and feelings on what you just seen?
Never in a million years. No, 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 no. That I wish the mother of my children would tell me some stuff like this, because we would really have some problems. I would probably end up incarcerated, because there's no way you're gonna tell me that I gotta pay you to do something with my child. I just I don't see that happening. That's her being greedy, her being spiteful, point blank. Now I don't know if that was a real live situation or just a video that was created as a skit, but even the concept of that video and that skit is foul. And I don't believe that no man or woman should have to go through that. That's just my own personal opinion.
And Nora, were you able to see that part there with this last commercial?
Of course not.
Okay, so what mainly is that with this lady, the segment, the video we just seen, DJ Mac, hopefully he'll be back. I think he's having technical difficulties, but she met him at the door. She would not open the door wide. She even stepped out, and she's like, "What are you doing here?" More or less, and he's like, "I'm coming to get my son so I can take him camping." And so she was like, he had to pay her. More or less, he had to pay her. She had a real bad attitude. So, she's like, it'd be what was it, Des? $500 more just to take him camping?
Yep, 500.
$500 more. So before we go to DJ Mac, because I know he got a lot to say on that one. What is your opinion about that?
He's still having technical difficulty?
No, I was asking the question towards you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of history there, so we don't have that privilege. It's hard to comment on something when you don't have all the information. I mean, it's clear that she's wrong, but we don't know why she's doing that. What motivates her? Like, what has he done? Has he done something in the past and she's not gotten over it? It just doesn't seem. I can't imagine any woman just doing that out of the blue for no reason at all.
Yeah, but at the
He
same
he
time,
did something. He
my
left
thing
her.
is, at the same time, it's like, he's coming to get his son. She's demanding money. But that goes back to where I said at the beginning, because I know it was before you and DJ Mac came in, is to where you have to separate your feelings and your relationship with him from the relationship that him and his children have. Because it's not about you, it's about those children. So it doesn't matter unless he was abusive to the child.
It
For
shouldn't
you,
matter the history, but it always does. If you think of any couple and their child, and how the visitation went and the co-parenting. Every relationship has that, where whatever was in the past, it creeps on into what's going on right now, whether he wrong or she wrong. That always happens with people. That's why you gotta, when you getting with somebody in the beginning, you better make sure they have some kind of moral compass that you can live with, so that when y'all are not agreeing, that person ain't straight evil on you.
Yeah, but see, looking at her, just a second, Mr. DJ Matt. Looking at her, I'm telling you, with her attitude, he had to already know she had this attitude
That's
and this
what I'm
type of
saying.
pattern. Because
Yeah.
this is not something that just emerged when they got divorced or when they separated. Because the way her attitude is set, it's like you already knew this woman was like this. You knew this woman had this
Right.
attitude. You knew this woman was controlling.
Yep.
Because
That's your business.
some men are attracted to that, just like some women are attracted to these hardcore men that they say get this real rough, and then later on you want to complain about it, but that's who you chose.
Yep.
So DJ Matt,
What her mama act like?
yeah,
You stuck on
that's
that.
why. That's
What
why
her mama
sometimes they
act
say,
like?
"Look at the mama, look at the mama." But see, that's not all in cases either, because sometimes that person could be totally different from their mother. So you have mothers that don't agree with that. That they be like, you know what, you need to stop
Yep.
treating him like that. You need to stop being like that. You're not hurting him. You're hurting that child. So you do have mothers that
Yeah.
that are
I don't think
different.
that's fair. Look at the mother. Look at Simone Biles and her mother.
Mm. So DJ Mac, I know you saw that, Mister. Come with it, love.
I first of all don't understand why we're dumbing this down to make this woman seem like she's halfway. Like, okay, there got to be a reason. There's never a reason. There's never a okay. We don't know. Listen, we're just dealing with what we're seeing, and what we're seeing is a crime. Okay, well, that's just like saying, well, I don't know why he broke in them houses. I don't know what led him to break in them house. Well, he broke in the house. Did he not break in the house? Did she not just charge this man to see the baby for $500 and then turn around and tell him if he late he need $250 more?
Mm.
But
Yep.
Matt,
I would
we
be
don't.
That's
extra
what she
late
said. That's
just to.
exactly what she
I would.
said.
I would purposely be late just to tell her I ain't got 250, so I'm gonna take them back with me, and you get them in court because I got
Okay.
this all on tape.
Yeah, because see, really, if he take him, the police officer cannot make him give him back, because
But
like
wait a
they
minute.
said, that's
Wait a
the dad.
minute. What about?
I
Oh,
What
don't.
the whole
about?
thing.
That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. Well, let me say here in
Yeah.
Missouri. Here in Missouri, I was told that if I take the kids and the mother does not get them back, that they could get me for kidnapping.
That's right.
Well, that's what you gonna have to get me for. I ain't
But
got no
listen.
problem with that. Listen here. Why y'all scared of jail? There ain't just
But
nothing but
what?
nowhere else to go to sleep.
But see, if you in jail now, you got a problem with custody. If you will ever want to get it.
I ain't listen, look, I'm not worried about nothing. She got a problem with custody too, because guess what? When she need that $500 again, I'm in jail. I ain't worried
But what
about
if,
that.
D-Mac, what if you had a troubled past and you're not supposed to see your kids at all? Even though you're a changed man and you good now, maybe you're not supposed to have any
See,
visitation.
Now
now we're digging. Now we're digging up what ifs and
that's a
what could have
different
bees and
level.
what should have
What I'm
beens.
saying, we don't know the
That yeah,
details. That's my point.
yeah. But I'm not talking about the details. I'm talking about the crime. The crime is selling the child. She's
I'm
child
just
trafficking. In
saying,
other
he might
words,
not have no rights to see
she's
the child. She might be doing him a
and
favor.
she ain't got no rights to sell the child to him neither. Cause that's
Like
basically what she did.
if
Yeah, and
y'all look at
I agree.
that
I
comment
agree
say
with what Nora
that's
said. He said you're holding
extortion.
him for ransom. That's really what it is, and I like the way she put it. You're holding the child for ransom. And
Yeah.
that's probably what you're
So
doing. You're not
and
going to get the
let's go
child
even
unless you give me the money.
further. Let's go even further. Let's say the shoe was on the other foot and he was the custodial parent and he was charging her to see the child. Then we wouldn't even be talking about what the circumstances was.
No,
Listen,
because he'd
listen,
be
y'all
trying
be
to
playing the
prostitute that
woman's
woman
anthem
because that's
right
what they do.
song and whatever. I am every woman would have been in the background playing. She would have had 50 women out there with her to see what. Come on, now
That's
let's
right. right.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't
Why are we
disagree.
putting a lightweight on her when if the shoe was on the other foot, they would have had the National Guard out there. They would have had the SWAT team. They'd have had everything just because he told her she needed $500.
You know why, Meg? Because it's not common for a man to care that much. It's not common.
But see, my
Whether it's
thing is
common
this:
or not, that
I
don't
wish
make it right.
hey man, we need to start extorting these mothers to get our kids, to get their
Wait
kids.
a
but see, wait a
minute.
minute, wait a
We
minute,
need to
wait a minute.
start
We're
extorting
not
these
saying
mothers.
okay. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, I know I'm not putting no lightweight on no mother. 'Cause like I said, she's being controlling. But my thing is, she's money hungry. But like she said at the beginning, I keep saying it because I like the way she put it. She's holding that child for ransom. That's not putting lightweight on her. Whether she has a pattern of doing this to men or whether she got it from her mother, it's no excuse for her to sit there and use that child as a weapon, as we always say, using the child as a weapon in order to get money.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So
I'm
if
in agreement
anything, we're
right there.
giving all credit to men that want to see their children. They want to spend time with their children. But why would you
Absolutely,
have
but
to? Why are you sitting up there thinking that you have the right to get money outside of child support just for him to see his son when they're within the child support
and
orders?
then
It's
That's
and then
greed.
saying
you
he
That's
got
has
greed.
granted these rights. He
That's
has
and
straight
then
rights.
you got
greed.
a brand new set of clown hair on the top of your head. It's orange, it's purple, it's green, and you asking me
Wait
for
a
money.
minute.
And then on top of it, what if she got a brother sitting on the couch? Why you not asking him for the $500,000? Well, because he won't do it.
Exactly. It ain't none of his
There you
But you're
kids.
go.
using
That's
a
He
child
don't
as
care
a
nothing
reason.
about that child.
Exactly. But see, this is
Whew.
where I'm saying
This
when
make
it
my
comes down
blood
to the
boil.
men, the women that has that advantage to where that father wants to be in that life, you should not be trying to hold it for nothing at all, not even ransom. The Unspoken Heart Discussion
Sounds like a
Hour.
call.
I'm sorry, I have to put some sauce on this one right here.
Here
Okay,
we
first
go.
of all, like the women right there, the one that asked for, like, it is a schedule. I know that's the couple, what y'all just saw, but problem with that is it actually has women like that. My brother, God rest his soul, he went through that a lot because a lot of kids. Well, he had a lot of kids, and yes, unfortunately, it has a lot of bitter women out there that the man couldn't see themselves being with them anymore, and they break up with them and they move on. These are very bitter and spiteful, and a lot of times they don't even need the money. They just want to torture him,
Control.
torture him as much as he can, but not knowing that they're not torturing him, they're her child by doing this.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. I'm out. Peace.
That's a very relevant point, though. I believe that's a very relevant point because in the end, who is it really hurting? It's not hurting him. It's hurting the child.
I
Exactly.
agree.
Okay,
Exactly.
we just mentioned Simone's Bows, right?
Yes,
Did anyone? I heard somebody say her name. Okay,
I
just think
did.
about that. Just think about how arrogant of a person you have to be
Leave that comment
to
up there, TH,
leave
please.
to leave your child and abandon them for a crack life. And then when your child makes it, you want to go not to the child and have the conversation that you need to have, but you want to go and do an interview and tell the world, hey, she ain't contact me. I'm waiting on her to contact me. I ain't got to contact her. She got
I
to
think they
contact
sold
me.
her out
Like,
though.
I, but just think about what I'm saying. This is not the rare. This is the norm where
Mm-hmm.
people think that things like this is okay. How do you think you smoked up half of your life and then the other half of your life, your baby daddy get in and say, okay, your baby get in and say, okay, I'm gonna make something of myself. She becomes the world's greatest athlete ever. And in the midst of her becoming, and now you talking about, well, you know you didn't smoke your life up, but I'm not gonna get in her life. And if we gonna have a relationship, she got to contact me. The nerve of that. The
Yeah.
nerve of you ladies.
Yeah,
Like,
so we're gonna
what?
address. We gotta hold up, DJ Mac. We're gonna address this comment so with that she can flash the rest of the comments. I do want to say I truly appreciate everyone from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch for tuning in, and also on Instagram. George Grace has said that's not true. Dads do care. Which one of us said they didn't care? Because what even us as women, we stood on this panel and we said that it's wrong to sit up here and think that it's to keep the child away, and that the relationship, to take your relationship with him and put it with the child with him. Meaning that we appreciate, and I think I said that out of my mouth, is that we should
Yeah.
appreciate that there are men out there that do want to spend time with their kids. There are men out there that do want to sit up here and care about their kids. So not one time on my panel has any one of us said that the dads didn't care. So I did want to correct that comment right there. Okay, Denise, thank you. Okay, go ahead, Nora.
I don't think she was arrogant. I think you took it out of context, and that's okay.
Mm.
When the interviewer asked her mom about reaching out to her, to me, I took her response as if I'm ashamed of what I did, and I have no right to bother her in her life. So if she sees fit to reach out to me, I'll accept her. But I'm not really gonna bother her right now. That's how I took it.
But didn't she also say in this same interview that she still has contact with the mother and her father that raised the baby in the first place?
Yeah.
Then why not
Okay.
contact the mother and the father with that and say, hey, I need to see my baby. Could y'all please set something up so I could see my
How do
baby?
you know she hasn't done that though? How do you know?
Okay, so if the baby then already said in the midst of you contacted them that she don't want to talk to you, then what gives you the right to go have a whole worldwide interview about it, saying, I'm waiting for her to contact me?
Because they
That's
probably offered that
arrogance.
woman a whole lot of money to say what she said.
Yeah, Nora, I'm gonna put you on the widescreen so you can explain, because I know exactly what you said. To clarify what this guy said, he said one of the ladies, which I know he ain't talking to me, stated that this is not the norm for a dad to want to see the kids.
Oh yeah, I said that.
You said it's not that they didn't want to see the
No, when
kids.
he said that the women would be outside on her side if it was the other way around, and it would be a whole to do and a parade and everything. I'm expounding on it, but and that's when I came back and said that's because it's not common for a man to care so much. I'm not saying that men don't care. It's just that it's just not common. So when you talk about people getting together and being on his side, well, it's not a whole lot of that as it would be if it was a woman, because it's just not common.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't know how to show it, but
I
I
want
know
to
I care
disagree.
about
I
my
want to
kids.
disagree to the 10th
Well,
power. Yeah, I'm disagreeing
I'm
to
gonna
the
say
10th power.
I'm gonna say that's 50-50,
And
because you have some men that don't care, and then you have some men that do care. And so that's 50-50. But I mean, to say the norm, I don't think it's the norm. I think if anything, as time go by, because generations have changed to where you're finding more fathers having custody of their children now than the mothers.
yeah.
And that percentage has really raised a lot.
That's because a lot of the mothers are participating in activities that I won't state here on the you dig, but yeah.
And also to
Mm-hmm.
George Gray, my apologies, because I thought you had it wrong. Because I know I didn't say that.
Right, and I know for a fact that he cares about his children. I know for a fact that that brother cares for his children.
Yeah, because he wouldn't been at that door.
Yeah,
If he's
and think
taking
about
time
this,
out to
right?
make, because like I said, I'm gonna be honest, straight up. I have an ex-husband, and my thing is, if he don't have a woman, then he wanted to spend time with the kids. But then when he had a woman, he didn't want no time with my kids. But not one time did I ever ask him for any money. I
Yeah,
told him anything I stressed to my ex-husband was that to spend time and invest and bond with his children.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was
I
just
never
being a
kept
simp.
whenever they
He was
wanted to see
just
their
being a
dad. I
simp.
never
Yeah,
kept them for their dad for no reason.
I wish it was that easy with the situations I've been through. I
But
could
see, and
only
every woman
wish
ain't the
that a
same because a
woman
lot
would.
of them haven't matured in that
Yeah,
matter.
I can't, and that's the thing. We can't put y'all all in the same bag, and that's what women get us wrong with. Is they put us all
Hmm.
majorly in the same bag and think we all think the same and move the same, and we don't.
Mm-mm. And that's why I hate that. I hate that word. Well, excuse me, I'm not gonna say I despise the word all you men and all you women. No, for one, I'm accountable for my own walk in life,
Right.
and I'm my own woman. So don't put me in that basket with those women that you chose.
Right.
Because I'm gonna
Yep.
go back to
Hmm.
the words where you're accountable for
Yep.
what you chose. I'm not your chosen one because you probably not even my type. And that's the bottom line. Both of my exes, they'll tell you straight up, I'm a total different woman. I've never kept the kids from them. I
Right.
never sit up here and told my kids they could never talk to them. That's why when my oldest son, my second oldest son, asked to speak with his dad one-on-one, man to man, before he passed away, when his dad spoke, he said, hold up. We're not, because everything was like your mama this, your mama that. He said, hold up. He said, first up, mama never talked bad about you to us. He said,
Right.
second of all, mama never kept us from us. Anytime we wanted to talk to you or see you, she sit there and stop what she was doing and let us see you. He said, I'm here because of what you have put yourself in position in front of me as a child coming up. This conversation is about me and you. And see, this is what I'm saying is that a lot of these, and I want to call them women because to me, you got to earn that title to be a woman. You're a female. It's one to be a female, but to be a woman, that is the title that needs to be earned. And my thing is, if you're not standing as a woman, meaning that, like I tried to tell my second
I don't
ex,
know why
wait,
everybody. I don't know why everybody keep calling all these females that got some age on them a woman. Every female ain't no woman. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
And
Just
every
like every
woman
male
shouldn't be
ain't no
addressed as
man. I
female
don't know
either.
why they do that to y'all. I don't know
yeah,
why they plot y'all all in and swear to God that all y'all is women.
yeah. And so, my thing is the ones that sit there and say, oh, y'all, is not realizing that it's your choice because you were more observant and better with your choices.
Hmm.
Those are the ones that haven't really healed from the past scars. Those are the ones that don't take the time to observe what's best for them in their past. But there's also the ones that don't look in the mirror at themselves as well. Because like I tell every woman that sit there and say, well, I'm looking for a good man. Where's a good man?
Can,
Are you
can,
a good
can I
woman?
say something?
Wait, let me finish. In order to possess a good man, in order to have a healthy relationship, you got to be a good woman for that good man. So while you looking for a good man, are you constructing yourself to be a good woman for that man that's ready for you?
Good point.
You always holler, I want a good woman, but are you a good man for that good woman? Don't think you deserve something when you're not giving that person that's good what they deserve. And that's about not. That's why I say when it come down to it, stop saying all y'all, because it's not all y'all. It's some.
See, as men, we feel the same way. When women put all men are the
And you
same,
should.
no, we are
No,
not.
you're not.
Just like
Every
I
man
know
is
for a
different.
fact, all women are not the same. You know, and just the simple fact that well, okay,
Well, see,
I'm
you
gonna
know where that
calm
come
my
from, man?
nerves real
That
quick.
come from
He
that
needed a
come from
slap
that come
on
from
there.
not having that self healing. That comes
No,
from jumping from one relationship to another. That come from not healing from the past relationship. Because if you have healed and you have forgive, you wouldn't be holding on to that. And you wouldn't be going to the next relationship saying, "Oh, you remind me of my ex. Oh, you just like my ex." No, you just haven't changed the mind thought and your way of pattern of choosing for the person for your past.
sometimes you got to leave that baggage at the claim. You can't
So
take
my
it to
thing
the
about
next
it is,
relationship.
before you move to the next person, because sometimes we need to take accountability and be responsible for our way of choosing things in our life. Because everything ain't always a man, everything ain't always a woman. Sometimes we need to step in that mirror because sometimes it's you.
I agree with that 100%.
Yes,
It starts
DJ
within.
Max.
It's called self accountability.
that's right.
Exactly. See, some of them don't want to do that. They want, no, it ain't my fault. No, I didn't do nothing. You did something, even though I had to sit back and look back. No, I didn't deserve to be beat on. No, I didn't deserve to be cheated on. But I looked at that mirror and said, you know what? The way I choose, the way I walk, the way I represent myself needs to change. Sometimes that is part of our fault because we put ourselves in positions to where there are the red flags is right there. Just like if a man shows you women that all he want is a Kit Kat, if that's all he coming over for, that's all he want. So he don't see value in you. So what you need to do is walk away from that situation. Start loving yourself the right way. Because we all can say we love ourselves. If you're allowing that in your life, you're allowing people to mistreat you, and you're allowing a man to do you like that, and you stay in that position, you don't love yourself. Love yourself to know that you don't deserve that.
That's right.
And that goes for men as well. You men need to
Thank you.
understand
Thank you.
that you have to look at self. What you deserve. What is your value? Love yourself enough to say, you know what? Woman, I love you to death, but I love myself too much to allow you to take me through this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey,
I love
look,
myself too much for you to do this to me.
yeah, and it's the same thing because I hate to say it, but I have been told by some women before, "Oh, I just want the D.
I
That's
was
all I
gonna
want.
say it. I was
I
gonna
just
say
want the
it.
D. You can keep everything. I just want
Okay,
the D."
so if you give her the dill pickle, what's going to happen? You
She going
allowing her to use
sooner
you. You
sooner or
allowing
later.
her to
But
dismantle
see,
you. You
the flip
allowing her
side
to
of
do
that is
that.
though, sooner or later it turns into something else because they end up wanting more than just the D.
And nobody's looking at what type of person the other one is until the baby's in the picture.
True. And then all he want to deal with is the baby. Then you want to sit up there and get mad and want to charge him to see the baby because you fail to realize and take responsibility. You knew what the situation was at hand. Now that there's a baby in it, you want to get mad because you want him to be a part of your life and be more than what he used to be before that seed was planted. That sounds like a personal problem because you knew what it was. Is that his fault?
No, and it ain't hers either. So he can't say she got pregnant on purpose because guess what? It's 50-50. Two people make a baby.
Put that back up there. Me and this guy.
It's not, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Just
Just
because,
because
just
wait a minute. Just because a man only wants the cat doesn't mean he doesn't see value in you. You have to start somewhere. Okay, my thing is, it's not about not seeing the value in you, but he's putting you in a position to be disvalued. If you value yourself enough, you do not allow him to put you in that position, meaning that you don't tolerate a lot of things that you know that you do not deserve. So my thing is, if you treat me in that way, no, you don't value me. Because if you value me, your walk and your stand with me will be different.
but at the same time, doesn't she have the ultimate say in that? If that's what she wants to be,
If she wants to enter in that, that's on her.
okay.
But don't
I think
ever
that's the
put you in
point.
a position. But my thing is, don't put yourself in a position to think that you can, because a lot of women think that, oh, I could change him. Oh, he'll change eventually. Or I'll put it down that way. Oh, I'll get him to go my way. No, it don't work that way. Just like a baby don't keep a man. You know how many Kit Kats is around this world? You think that's gonna keep a man?
Oh yeah, y'all got us. What is it? It used. I think it was 10-1.
So
10 to
my thing
1.
is, a lot of people say only because a man treats you that way or just wants you for that doesn't mean that you don't value. Then you tell me what it is, because to me that's a disvalue. That's not treating a woman with a value. That's not treating a man with a value. And to me, in my stand, I'm not gonna disrespect myself or him to just want that one thing from him, because he's worth more than that. And if I can't offer him that, if I'm not in a position to where I'm willing to give that to him, then I need to walk away. Allow him to get a woman that could give him what he deserves. So value goes a long way, because one thing I do value is my Kit Kat. And if that's all you want, then you don't value my mind. You don't value my heart. You don't value my stand. So you don't value anything else about me, because I'm made more than just that.
Preach.
And see, that's personal. That's your personal view.
Did
There
I just
are,
say me as
yeah,
a woman? I said me.
yeah. But you got to understand, there's some women out there that's all they want, and that does not
Amen.
mean that they don't have value. They just may not be
Then
addressing their
you're
true
speaking of
value.
females. Then you're speaking of female. You're not talking about a woman.
Well, man or woman, we teach other people how to treat.
And to
We
me, a man that even put a woman to even say that that's all he want, that's not a man. That's a male. When you put away the childish toys,
but it's what you will allow.
Every time you get that cat,
I said that she can't get mad because she allowed it. The red flag was there. She was one that first. She already knew what the situation was ahead of time. So how can you get mad?
And the same for him, because if you allow that woman to extort money from you every time y'all have sex, don't expect it to change when you have a baby.
Mm, that part.
hey, that
So,
sounded.
my thing is some people need to really look at because like I said, it wasn't just counseling, it just not by experience. My thing is that I look when it comes to myself, I look at the mere fact that as me being a woman in my stand, meaning that I'm speaking for myself. This is where I hold my value and my respect at and the love for me and what not to allow. Because I was that woman that thought, oh, he'll change. I had to grow up. Sir, no, that don't work. That don't work. Because you have women that got a good one and their mind is not all that good. Their intelligence is on a different level, so that don't even equal out. So, it's like I said, when it come down to it, you have to grow up and be man up and woman up and realize what your worth is. Are you
I, I
worth?
I get what he's saying
Mm,
because first of all, if you got a good, you gotta have something up here to make that down there work right.
but let me tell you a little secret, because I got homeboys, right?
I'm just saying
He
because
says,
hey,
let me tell you what my homeboy said. I ain't gonna call his name out. He said she got some good cat, but she is slow as hell.
it ain't for all people.
So that don't equal out. That's why it says that when I look at a man, I want you to see me for my mind and my heart and my stand. Just like Mr. Jones on his platform, he stresses to women why he is involved or they are even in his path because there's a certain stand they gotta have within him. He don't sit there and look at, oh, that's an attractive woman. Oh, she has some good stuff. He's looking at the intelligence within that woman first. That's why me and him both said there's a difference between a female and a woman that a lot of people are misconstruing. There's a
I'm not.
big difference.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And
I
Des,
mean,
you've been on that platform too. You heard him talk.
I'll trust. So me and Brother Mac wouldn't be hanging out if he didn't think the way he thought.
Yes.
I
Because
mean, the man that said the woman was attractive except for her mind, that says a lot about him. I mean,
did I
he's
No, I
insulting
well, I
no
her.
have
no
my
no. Look, you have some beautiful women whose mind ain't there at all.
Yeah, but he made the
She
other
pretty on the
comment,
outside and
so
ugly on the inside.
that's just like
I'm
a person
I'm
that could
trying
be
to.
attractive on the outside, but then have some ugly ways. So you still gonna be with her because she's attractive?
And have to deal with the
All
ugly.
right, I'm a buddy
You
in. I'm a
get what you
buddy in.
get. Is what
I'm
I'm
a
saying.
buddy in now.
Yeah, buddy,
I'm a
because right
buddy in
after you
now.
say what you say, we're gonna go to our
Listen,
last break.
listen. There are some women out here that think they are attractive because of their outer, but they've taken no time to put into their inners. You understand what I'm saying? And so, therefore, the dumbfounded man will be attracted to what he sees and not attracted to what he knows. See, the man that knows real beauty and knows real attraction, he's going to be looking into what's inside first, and then he'll investigate about what's outside about the woman. Because the outside is only a bonus, because that fades away. But the end, if it's nurtured right, you can actually build that up. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to mess nobody head up. We're going to keep on going. Hey, y'all.
Exactly. And see that's exactly what I'm saying. And that's what I say. I don't have respect for a man that feels like the cat is what make her. I have no
Oh,
respect for that
not
at
at
all.
all. I'll tell you right now that does
And
not
if you
make a
think
woman.
my cat has anything to do with my intelligence, baby, you have a lot to learn because I'm telling you, I don't agree.
Well,
But
that's
it's
just
all
like
about how you carry yourself.
when people call me a smart ass. When people call me a smart ass, I say, well, if you think my ass is smart, you should meet the rest of
And on that note, we'll be right back in
I'm
2
going to say, can we go to this commercial? Let's go, y'all.
them.
Hi everyone, Spicee Gray here, as you already know. I am the CEO, founder, and owner of the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, Grown Men Talking Incorporated, and Grown Women of Views and Vibes. I'm coming to you now because October is going to be approaching, and we're in search of some that have been through domestic violence or abuse that want to break their silence and tell their story on our platform to share with the whole world, even in Africa. So, if you're that one that wants to break the silence in their life, not just for healing for yourself, but also someone that's watching can help them to heal and escape from abuse, contact me, Spicee Gray, or Dwight Robinson, or you can email me at and don't forget to put unspokenheart70@aol.com. I look forward to scheduling you in the book. See you then and have a blessed day.
Make sure you tune in next Friday when the Grown Men Talking Incorporated come in. They're going to discuss the subject of a husband's betrayed dream. You got to tune in and see what they got to bring Also on next Saturday, the women will be coming here. It will not be the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour, but grown women of views and vibes. They will be coming in and talk on the topic of mama's baby, girlfriends, maybe. Now, this has been very interesting. We all had our own levels of agree to disagree or disagree to agree. So it's been very tasteful. I really appreciate Nura you coming in at the last minute. It's all love. Also, Des, it's been fun. Now, Mr. Jones, on this here, DJ Mac, I'm sorry. DJ Mac, give your opinion, your word that you would say to those out there that feel like that, as Nura says, holding hostage for ransom.
There's no amount of money that you can pay to a hostage for a ransom victim. I mean, even if it works out that time, um, eventually it's going to keep going up and up and up and up, and it's going to keep being more and more frequent when it comes to paying money to see your child. Because once you bring that to the table, that is something that can be done, that's going to be something that's going to be hard to take off the table. And so my advice to you is to never do it in the first place. It doesn't matter how much you care for the child. If you care for the child as much as you say you do, you wouldn't pay to see the child. You take that woman to court, you take that money and put it into a lawyer. You do anything but pay to see the child. Because if you keep allowing somebody to continue to mislead the child into thinking that everything is all right and you can just see the child I can go with my daddy anytime I want to. My mama let me go in. The child needs to see the truth. Not only listen, you need to stop paying and let the child see the truth, so he or she know what type of mother they have, or know what type of father they have. If there's women out there paying to see the child, but I can only speak from a man to a man. Stop paying, man. Keep your money in your pocket. Go see a lawyer. Go to court and fight for what you believe in. Don't fall victim to this. And I'm out.
Amen. And Mr. Dev.
Well, I'll say just the simple fact that we have to sit up here and have this conversation says a lot about how today's society is structured. And first off, no parent should have to pay to see their child, especially if that parent is a parent that wants to be a part of that child's life. That parent needs to be a part of that child's life because for all in a lot of cases, most fathers who did not have a father in their life, that's the one thing that they are hell bent on. I want to make sure that I'm there for my child in his life because I don't want to be like my dad. I want to be there for my child. But then when you have a mother who does not allow that to happen, that just creates a whole new cycle of pain. And we should not have to deal with those things. But like Brother Max said, keep your money in your pocket. Keep your money in your pocket. If you gotta pay, take her to court. Just go to court. Don't so that way everything will be on paper for one. On paper for one. Because if you don't have that piece of paper and she pulls up with them people, you just may be going away. So just in these situations, just go, just take her to court. Just take her to court.
Great word, great word. And the way that she put a new definition in my thing. You're holding ransom for ransom. I love it. Nura, your last words and advice.
Uh, well, we all agree that that's wrong. Holding a child ransom for visitation. That's wrong, and we should try to protect our kids from whatever we can as far as what the other parent is doing because kids tend to reflect on that as a part of themselves. If you tell them, or you have a bad mother, when they're gonna have lower self-esteem because that mother is part of them. And the same if you talk bad about their dad. We should not talk bad about the other parent, and try to do the best we can to co-parent, even if we have to involve the law. Because when we take matters into our own hands, such as making payments like that, it gets crazy. So
Yes.
that's what I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you. And what I have to say in this has been very enlightening. Hopefully, it helps somebody out there. We know I can say we do need to, the ones that's out there that's doing this, need to do better. Because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's not about the relationship you have with that father. It's about the child. Think about what message that you're sending to that child. Think about how you are hurting that child. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, the child loves you and the child loves his father.
Yep.
And that's one thing you don't want to do is push your child away because you're holding the father hostage for ransom. Love the way you put it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a beautiful Sunday. Much love. See you next week.
You did.
Thank you.